Hey people, Shotis Otis here. I can't do the normal Shotis Otis introduction because, well, I might slip back into my normal voice. You see, I put on like a certain voice when I'm doing voiceovers on the Shotis Otis channel. Because I have to impress all the ladies, because I know this game has a primarily female player base, and I gotta do what I can to make bank. But the truth is that I actually have a very high-pitched voice. You know, back in the day when Rex Critical made a video talking about how I sound like a woman, I hate Critical Strike. Back in the day when Rex kinda mad about that, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what to say. Back in the day when Rex Critical called me out for being a woman, that stuck with me. I haven't forgotten. I don't think I'll ever forget. How could I? Keeps me up at night. 'Cause he was right. You hear my voice. This is me. This is the truth. I understand that it's not favorable for my image, but this is how I really am when I'm off the mic, okay? This is how I am in real life. And for my foot reveal video, and back when I did my Shotis Otis foot reveal video, I had to hire a body double so that I wouldn't look like a woman. It's really sad, but it's the truth. I hope you can find it in your heart to accept me for how I am. But now that I've developed my Shotis Otis brand so much, I have to maintain it. I can't just change how I talk in my videos. Anyways, I really want my truth to be understood and believed. Now, when I say that this is a Shotis Otis alt account, I'm sure none of you believe me because obviously I'm full of shit. But listen, I have proof. I actually main Musketeer on the side on an alt account. Believe it or not. I, Shotis Oatmeal, main Musketeer. It's true. It's true, and I can prove it. I can literally prove it. Not through gameplay, because I'm not recording a Musketeer on my main account. Because I don't want people to know. Like, I have to keep a seed of doubt in the people's minds. It's part of my mystique. It helps me not be so insecure about being a woman. So instead, I'll convey my knowledge through spoken word in the Shotis Otis voice.
Musketeer thrives when fighting on flat, open spaces. But by the time you get that figured out, you'll probably have found that Musketeer's biggest struggle is actually ammo management. This class can only hold 2 muskets at a time, on your back. Your LMB fires one of those muskets, dealing 15 damage. Your Q places muskets on the ground for you to pick up and store, on your back. Just walk into any of these 6 muskets, and if there's room, on your back, you'll pick it up. Now, your E will rapidly fire any muskets you pick up, doing 10 damage each until you run out. If you press E and, one by one, pick up all the muskets sitting around you from your queue, you can fire all of them like so. And you might not notice it, but while using your E, you get a small movement speed boost. Now, your F will only work if you have some muskets floating around from the queue. Press F and those floating muskets will now match your player's rotation. These muskets will fire all at once at the same angle as your player, piercing through and dealing 15 true damage to any one hit. Just know that your F can only hit any particular player up to 3 times, dealing a maximum of 45 damage to each player. Did you get all of that? Well, there's one little piece of information you should know before going in. A secret move, if you will. You're losing a tough fight, and you fire your last musket. Your back has no muskets. Your hands have no muskets. Your Q is on cooldown. So, how do you win this with no muskets? You don't. If you don't have any muskets, you literally cannot attack at all. You just sit there, wait for your Q to come back up, and die in the process. Not like you have any mobility to get away with. That costs muskets, and frankly, isn't going to get you very far. Have fun winning that one, you filthy casual. Okay, so if you've actually played Musketeer before, you probably knew most of that, especially that little last piece of info. Hard to forget, really. It keeps me up at night. First tip, the 3-3 rule. Let me butter you up a little bit. Experienced Musketeer players will know that your LMB is going to be the main focus. The other moves in your kit are just a bit too reckless to be truly relied on, and you'll be left without ammo if you use them wildly. However, Musketeer is not just an LMB machine. Rather, a good Musketeer player is able to keep a good balance between all of their moves. That balance is easily guided and provided by the 3-3 rule. Observe how your Q, when used, will drop 3 muskets to your left and 3 muskets to your right. The idea here is to first pick up just one side, left or right, making room by using your LMB or your E or whatever. Then, when you find yourself left with 3 closely grouped muskets, fire your F at someone. Since your F can only hit any one player 3 times, you'll be pumping out maximum DPS while also saving on ammo. Of course, there are situations where this just won't work, as F doesn't pierce terrain and can only shoot in a straight line. In those cases, you can skip the 3-3 rule, picking up those other 3 muskets and try to hit LMB as much as you can. And if you find yourself with excess muskets, maybe throw your E in there a little bit. Why not? Now, on to the second piece of advice. This next tip is the real treat. Musketeer has a piece of tech that, if done precisely, allows you to fire 2 bullets at basically the exact same time. Double shot. First, make sure you have 2 muskets on your back, then use your LMB. During the LMB animation, you will not be able to activate your E. What you want to do here is instead just activate your E as soon as possible, that being just before the first bullet fires. Honestly, just spam the E button here. If timed accurately, your LMB and your E should fire at seemingly the exact same time, doing 25 damage with what is, for most intents and purposes, 1 projectile and saving you some valuable time. While this sounds like a frame-perfect technique, there's no need to worry. Just being close enough with your timing is usually, enough. Now, why not skip this difficult animation canceling business and instead just fire 2 LMBs? Well, as you may be aware, Musketeer is pretty vulnerable when being rushed down by a melee class. Simply put, if you're in that position, you want to do damage as quickly as possible. I mean, sure, rifling through your rifles using E is gonna go pretty fast, and firing off a 6-second musket F is tempting to the panicked mind, but I say double shot is faster than your E, more efficient than an unwisely used F, and more accurate than both.
Alright, well, I think I've given away enough secret Musketeer knowledge. Do you believe me now? I'm the real Shotis Oatmeal. I'm real. I'm the real one. Okay, so don't forget it. Anyways, since I'm Shotis Otis, that means you should subscribe to this channel because I'm Shotis Otis, that means that I should have more subscribers just by rule of deserved popularity or something. As you can see, my channel only has 4 subscribers. Well, and my main has over 4,000 subscribers. I'm just saying, I think the wealth inequality here is unacceptable, and I think we should do something about it. So, if you could please subscribe to my alt channel, Oatmeal 70, I would really appreciate it. You'd be doing honor to the Shotis Oatmeal name. Thank you, everybody. If you have any questions, official Shotis Otis Q&A questions, you can leave a question below, and I'll answer it. Thanks everyone, and have a nice day.